so far. They're speaking a lot about his captaincy, but Shazan Babwa has won 4 U.S. Open titles. He will want to stop Zishan as well. And he's from Trinidad and Tobago. He would have started winning titles since 2012. So Danny will give the coin now to Zishan. Heads is the call. Well, Zishan, you have won the toss. What are you going to do?
I think we're going to have a ball first. The wicket looks like it's playing well. It looks like it dried up a little bit from the morning and it rolled well, but I think throughout the tournament we bowled first on 2 occasions. I believe in our bowlers and I think we want to chase a total.
How difficult has it been leading a team with superstars?
It's not difficult. Everyone has their own capabilities. Everyone knows what they're here to do. So everyone just is very serious on the field and just gives me no trouble.
I know you and Babwa always have this banter going on. It continues today. Are you going to pull one on him?
Yeah, we'll see what happens today.
Zishan, all the best. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, if Shazan can just join me. Shazan, you have been one of the most successful players in the history of this U.S. Open. Tell us about the U.S. Open.
Oh yeah, I've been playing the US Open for probably about 9-10 years now, since in existence. It's always a tournament I look forward to, every year. I try to make myself available for this because of the the wonderful settings, and I think it's probably one of the best run tournaments in the United States.
Lovely. And in the car park this morning, you told me that this is a very difficult team you're going to face.
Yeah, of course, they're a star-filled team. But that doesn't hamper me any bit. I just play bat against ball. That's the way I play my game. I don't play names or anything like that. We have a good bunch of guys, and we're raring to go.
Well, the news from down on the pitch side is that the Multan Sultans, they've won the toss. They're going to bowl first.
So we welcome you to the second semi-final. Atlanta Fire comes up against Multan Sultan, and I welcome Bilal in the box. Bilal, we've seen one semi-final. We know who will play in the semi-final, but looking for the other team, we will have to wait until this contest is finished. Welcome back.
Yes, we're looking forward to a quality contest here. Multan Sultan ranked number 2 in the tournament, and then you have Atlanta Fire ranked number 3. So 2 versus 3. We're looking forward to that. Now the overcast conditions are out there. We know that. We also know well-balanced Multan Sultan is a dangerous combination, but you still have to play this out. A T10 format, so it's always dangerous. 1 or 2 players can take away the game from you. Just need to be focused, committed, and see the game through.
So Ali Shafiq will be the man to bowl off here for Multan Sultan. And the Multan Sultan brand, of course, a franchise team in the Pakistan Super League. They'll be hoping that this year, Bilal, that they can move up the points standing. Got into 5th and 6th position in the last couple of years. So some work needs to be done with the Pakistan Super League Multan Sultan brand. But over here in the United States, they seem to be quite competitive here, and they are the team to beat.
Yes, so this year they will be joined by Shahid Afridi, and who doesn't know Shahid Afridi? His presence will mean a lot. So we're looking forward to a better Multan Sultan in the PSL, a better show by them next year.
So Ali Shafiq with a couple of balls, and in fact I was looking at the roster, possibly Imran Tahir, Junaid Khan, Zishan Asra, very exciting player. We saw him here lighting up the series.
Yes, likes of Zishan Ashraf, he has displayed great show in the local tournaments, but came through diamond category. Ali Tarveen, the owner of Multan Sultan, speaks highly about him. So we'll see what they have to bring overall as Ali Shafiq comes in.
So ball sliding down the leg side, and so Atlanta Fire already with a run on the board. It comes courtesy of a wide from Ali Shafiq. Damien E. Banks, man out in the middle. And Damien E. Banks, if my memory serves me well, would have played on the California Bears last year. So He's into the semi-final, having been on the championship platform at the end of the presentation, Bilal. Always a joy to be enjoying the championship honor. So big shot here from Damian Ebanks, and he gets the run flowing off the bat, going for the Atlanta Fire. A lovely shot over the infield, and Damian Ebanks gets off the mark with a boundary.
So this time, coming closer to the bat, as you know, in a T10 format, once you do that, there's always a chance that ball will be overpitched. And Ebanks took full advantage, swung through. There was no long on. And now that they have fielder put in place, wider long on, so earned 4 runs. So now 5 for no loss after 3 balls. Ali Shafiq bringing his pace, bringing the heat on, and Ebanks matching the talent.
So Ali Shafiq, a quality ball. Shazam Babwa running hard enough. In the end, well run single. A little bit risky, but another run is added to the scorecard. Bilal, let's talk about the toss in a 10-over game, considering the uncertainty of the weather condition. Do you bat? Do you bowl?
When Douglas Lewis has to come into play, always you want to bat second. Then you can adjust. You understand how to go about the chase, and all of that can happen. So there's always advantage for the team batting second, but you still have to chase down the score. You need to contain the other team. So there's a reasonable target for you to get it done.
So Ali Shafiq, 6 runs in the over so far. And Shazam Babwa can't score. So you're looking at Shazam Babwa. And there's no other player in this US Open over the years, Bilal, that has tasted more success than the man on strike there. He has led several teams into championship honors, and he's in here with a chance to go into another final, but they will have to get past the powerful Multan Sultan lineup.
Yeah, Shazan, he will have to. I mean, there was a pressure on. This is a do-or-die game, a semifinal, and you're up against the likes of Ali Shafiq, who is just, as you can see, bowling super fast and also adjusting his pace.
So ball pulled into the onside. Fielder comes around. It appears to be, we'll have to pick up the fielder. Got hands to it, so it will be considered a drop catch. Bilal, in the end, a single to Shazam Babwa.
So I think it was a chance to get rid of Shazan early on. And like I was speaking about this previously, you want to get the batsmen like them up early, drop catch, and just did not keep eyes on the ball until the last minute. And this could be costly for Multan Sultan.
It appears to be Zishan Ashraf.
Zishan, because he was yesterday. I spoke with the coach, and I was told he has some health issues. Good to see him recovered. He's normally a wicketkeeper batsman. As you can see, Malhotra, he is keeping today instead of Zishan. And, he was at backward square leg and dropped the catch. But we'll see how much will it cost. And here comes Badri, the man who will be the make or break for Multan Sultan.
So Samuel Badri comes into the attack, and Shazam Babwa, he's off and running. And as a batsman, Bilal, it's a good to get a single when you're facing some quality, really good bowler, as in the case of Samuel Badri.
Yeah, so Damien, as you can see, he's going to be facing Badri now. Atlanta Fire, they better have a plan against Badri. We have seen for the past several games, he comes in and gets 1 or 2 wickets or a wicket made an over. So they must have a plan. If they lose wickets against Badri, it will be, it will become super difficult for them.
Oh, well, this one, Ebanks has launched this one into the onside and has cleared the rope. And so Damian Ebanks has come out here swinging. And swinging he does successfully. He picks up a maximum. And that's a good looking shot from Damian Ebanks.
So Damian Ebanks, use the advantage of a lefty facing a leg spinner. So you can see now Badri had to be spot on. He saw the ball early on and launched it over the deep mid-wicket area, sort of out of the ground. Big hit, and Badri is under pressure right away.
Yeah, Damien Ebanks has really come out here with positive intent. And the fact is, Bilal, you've been told, and I think you've played the game well enough to know you're always being told or advised you don't play names, you play the ball.
That's right, absolutely. And that's what Damien is doing.
So ball cut away. Half stopped by the man. Saved, might have saved more than a couple of runs. So they come back for 2. And so Damien Ebanks, as the board says, he goes up to 13 and 16 on the board.
So Badri now will still be facing Damien Ebanks.
So Badri, an international player that has done well with his leg spin bowling all over the world. And of course, his bowling is so good, Bilal, that he's a sought after player. While at the end, pretty much of his international career, still one of the quality bowlers in franchise cricket. Had stints with Chennai Super Kings, RCB at one time.
Delhi Daredevils, or Delhi Capitals.
So ball worked into the onside here by Shazam Babwa. So very productive over here for the Atlanta Fires. 11 in this over.
Yep, Saad Zafar throwing the ball back in. Yes, it has so far. Badri under pressure after 5 balls. I mean, normally when he comes in, he takes wickets. And here we go. He's been scored upon 11 runs now. And another cut shot goes to the backward point area. And 4 more runs. Not the start that Badri wanted. I'm sure he's upset about it. I spoke with him before the start of the tournament. We had a brief conversation about his future. He has retired from the international game, as we know, but he's more into the coaching and the franchise leagues every now and then, and he will be playing like this one here. But he brings a lot to the table. Seemed like first over didn't go as planned, but we know he is super capable of making a big-time comeback, so we'll look forward to his second over, as we know that maximum he can bowl 2 overs in a T10 game.
So good positive start here from the Atlanta Fire. Ebanks has gone quickly up to 18 from 8.
So Multan Sultan captain realizing that we need to apply some breaks. It seems like Ali Khan has been brought into attack. He is another one of super fast bowlers, and his pace can vary. So he will have a challenge in front of him. Get 22 for no loss. The current run rate at 11. Which, of course, when they want to keep it under control, we know field restrictions is in place. Damien Ebanks and Shazan Babwa, they are taking full advantage of the field restrictions, swinging their bats hard. They have come out swinging.
So Ali Khan, Babwa goes up in the air. Could be a safe shot. And they'll come back for a couple of runs. So Shazam Babwa showing some positive intent there, Bilal. And that's what 10 over cricket probably has come down to. You want to get aggressive and you want to get many scoring opportunities as you possibly can. Here we go.
Yes, so Ali Khan from the get-go trying to aim at outside the off stump, bringing his pace in, and Shazan, as we know, is putting the bat on the ball, and that's the way to score runs and earn him 2 valuable runs.
So Ali Khan. Oh, a better ball, but look, forced through the offside off the bat of Shazam Babwa. He picks up another boundary, and that's a positive shot from Babwa.
Yep, that's what you get when you have pace and you come closer to the bat. Shazan, what he did was As we can see in the replay, with Ali Khan still running in hard, banging it in, and then seems all it needed was a swing, and through the gap it goes. Another boundary for Atlanta Fire.
So 12 runs is the current run rate per over. We're still in the third over. Ali Khan. Oh, ball played into the onside. A chance is offered. Accepted. And Shazam Babwa falls is 28 for 1.
So that was the plan from the get-go. As we saw previously, Ali Shafiq tried the same thing. Short pitch. Fielder was placed. And then at that time, it was a drop catch. But this time around, no mistake made by Multan Sultan. There was Ilyas who took this tremendous catch. So easy as you like, but you still need to keep an eye on the ball, as you can see in the replay, all the way to the square leg area and backward square leg, and kept his eye on the ball. Make sure he doesn't make any mistake. A good catch in the end.
So Roy Silva walks to the middle here to replace Shazam Babwa. 6 runs in the over so far, but Ali Khan has picked up 1. Damien Ebanks. He's played a couple of good shots. Here we go. Not timed well. Was cramped for room, Bilal. And in the end, a well-judged catch from Mohamed Ilyas.
Yeah, so wicket going down. We know that that can stop the flow of runs. We'll see how Ali Khan will plan against Damien Ebanks. Another settled batsman, scored most of the runs.
So Ebanks choosing to go under a ball that is bowled into the deck quite hard. Here we go.
Ali Khan showing his skill, hitting the deck hard, and Damien Ebanks decided to duck it. Went back to the wicketkeeper, and also a dot ball. That's what Multan Sultan need.
So Roy Silva, the new batsman, the man at the non-striker's end, but we're watching Damien Ebanks facing up to Ali Khan. They've lost Shazam Babwa.
See another one of short pitch ball, and seemed like Damien Ebanks.
A wide is called.
Damien Ebanks lets it go, and it was called wide. As you can see, it was more towards the leg stump, and it was called wide by the leg umpire.
So not only a wide has been called, he's been told that he's used up 1 short ball in the over.
Yes, so 1 for the over from the Sunrise Boulevard end. Again, Ali Khan continuing. 2 more balls to go.
Ebanks is driving. There's a man placed out there. A throw at the stumps would have been gone by a mile had he struck the stump. Fielder out in the offside. But in the end, another run gets added to the Atlanta Fire. They're batting at 30 for 1. Take a look here.
Yep, Damien Ebanks, as you can see, that was a suicidal run. Well stopped by the fielder, but did not hit the stumps. Otherwise, Damien already gave up, and he was upset at Silva, what we're trying to do. But as we know from the cricketing standpoint, that was Damien's call, either yes or no. And he definitely responded to Silva. And that's how they got into this difficult situation, but no damage done. And that's what matters.
So Roy Silva will get ready to face his first ball. Ali Khan.
Ali Khan may well be attempting a short pitch. His first ball being faced by Roy Silva.
Yeah, Silva is trying to go cheeky. Doesn't go well and being struck on the arm.
Yeah, so trying to show some of his skills. Sort of from outside the off stump. Wanted to flick it over to the fine leg area and got stuck on his hand. And he's in pain.
Yeah. Look around like the wrist area. Always a a painful bony area. Here we go.
Let's see.
Yeah, trying to paddle the ball, using the pace of the ball, and doesn't go too well. And Ali Khan has finished his first over. 8 off it. He picked up the wicket of Shazam Babwa,
Yeah.
and is 30 for 1.
So Ali Khan used his pace very well. So he is well known for that. Batsmen, they were waiting for those fast and furious balls coming at them. But still, he was able to get 1 wicket, well planned. That was a plan against Shazan. And as we know, there was 1 drop catch, and second time no mistake was made by Ilyas. And got the ball. So from the commentary end now, it seemed like there's another bowling change. Muhammad Ilyas, he's got the ball in his hand. So time for Multan Sultan to regroup. Run rate is at 10 now, which is manageable, as we know, because if you are going for about 90 to 100 runs in 10 over game, if you have a good batting lineup, you can always chase that down.
So it appears Roy Silva will take a break from the middle. Struck on the hand by a quick delivery from Ali Khan. So a little bit of setback here for the Atlanta Fires, Bilal. He's one of the top batters.
Yes, indeed. Especially you want batsmen like those to face most of the deliveries. Even if he comes back at a later stage, over number 8, 9, or 10, he won't be able to dent much for Multan Sultan. He won't be able to score that many runs at that point. But we'll see how things go. Bowling change. Muhammad Ilyas comes into play. And he's also one of those medium fast bowlers. And accuracy, line and length, that's what he's known for. Another one of those Multan Sultan players. He's from Peshawar, from the KPK area of Pakistan. So I spoke with him. Another passionate young man is ready to show his skill set. And we'll see what he can accomplish in this do-or-die game, a semi-final game, under pressure. You have a well-set batsman, Damien Ebanks, and you have to face him, field restrictions in place, and here comes Ilyas.
So Ebanks continues to play quite positive there, trying to go expansive through the offside. Doesn't go well. So the news, Roy Silva has faced the ball. Retired, not out for the time being. Here is Ilyas's first ball.
All right, definitely angled across the lefty, and that's what can survive you in this format. If you want a ball straight, no swing, no angle, it becomes so much easier for a batsman like Damien Ebanks. And now we'll see if he can continue. And Ebanks has also realized the angle coming across him. See how he can go about it.
So Jaskran Malhotra makes a good stop. Ball swinging away from the left-hander as Damien Ebanks continues to play positively well here, or attempting to get on with the game from a positive standpoint. So the new man who has come out to replace Roy Silva, Ranak Sharma.
So Ilyas, as you can see, first 2 deliveries spot on, and look at the swinging across the left-hander, making it harder for Damien Ebanks. And here he comes for the 3rd delivery.
So a good looking shot here from Ebanks. Could beat the man at mid-wicket. It does, and it goes away for 4. So he's been quite productive, Ebanks. 23 from just 13 balls, but he's taking the fight to the Multan Sultan attack. It's 34 on the board, Bilal.
Yep. So run rate getting closer to 10, almost 10 now. Ilyas comes back this time around. Seemed like he went a little closer to the bat. And also Damien, as you can see, did not walk that much, but still was outside the off stump. Picked it very much onto the gap. There was no fielder back there and resulted in 4 runs.
So 34 for 1. They've lost Shazam Babwa. And we can't say for sure yet if Roy Silva will be considered a loss. We don't know how well that injury will take time to recover, but we know this is a shortened version of the game, so I'm pretty sure that the physio will have to make sure that Roy Silva is ready for battle again.
Yes, field adjustment by Multan Sultan. Deep mid wicket was taken in, and there we go. A little bounce. Same length now. It says again, he's hitting the good length area. That's the first thing. Second is he's going across the left-hander and surprise him with a bounce. And look at Damien Ebanks. He was upset that why he didn't go about the uppercut. But, it's a good change of pace and then variation. That's what can survive you in this format. And Ilyas coming back again now.
So 4 runs in the over off a boundary from Damien Ebanks so far. And he gets a good ball. Good bowling here from Mohamed Ilyas. He's really come back well considering he's being worked into the onside for a 4. Good, well played shot from Damien Ebanks. But he has come back, and you look at the over. It's only 5 in the over so far with 1 more ball to come. So Sharma comes in to strike for the first time. It's 35 for 1.
Yeah, one thing for sure, we have seen that Damien Ebanks did not feel comfortable against Mohamed Ilyas. We saw that. So now that Sharma, he will be facing his first ball. Field is being adjusted, fielding, and we got a point, deep third man, backward point, long off coming in to the mid-off area, and then you also have a long on that's coming in, and he's being sent back again now by Zishan. So long on, and we got mid-off for him, sweeper, and then we got the point. Here comes Ilyas again. It's a close call. It's a very close on the back foot, but umpire gave it a not out. Ilyas frustrated, but again, a very good delivery. This one nipped back in, as you can see, and in umpire's mind, it would have missed the leg stump. It was angling in, and we saw that it would have gone across the left-hander, but it turned into sort of in-swing for Sharma, and not the type of ball that you want to face when that's your first delivery out there in the middle.
Yeah, ball that came on quickly to Sharma. Might have been sliding down slightly down the leg side, a little high, yeah.
So
in the end, Vijay Malela says not out, and game will go on. So could be time for one of the young spinner here, Bilal.
Yep. So yeah, Omar Khan, young rising star, has been brought in now. Again, part of the Multan Sultan. And now Ebanks will be tested with spin again. First, I know he did very well, him and Shazan against Badri. But now Omar Khan, he's a different type of prospect. He will bring some variations. It was not easy to pick him, but in this format, if you swing your bat, you get the value. Left arm, Omar Khan. Over to the fine leg area. And lefty-righty you see combination, you can see it creates some sort of disturbance out there for the fielding. They have to adjust after every single ball if there's a run scored. And same goes for the umpires, but I'm sure they would love to break this combination. We're looking at the field position. So fielders are still moving around. You got the backward square leg, deep mid wicket in place. You have fine leg, short third man, gully, and backward point. So it was played straight to short cover area.
So Sharma comes out here because Roy Silva has taken a little absence from the middle, struck on the hand. So he finally gets off the mark, brings the attacking Damian Ebanks. And you get the feeling that Damian Ebanks would have seen a couple of balls in this over here, Bilal, to maybe have a go at the young Umair Khan.
Yep. So Damien again against Omar Khan.
So good first over so far here from Khan. He's only given up 3 in 4 balls, so you can't ask for something better than that, considering the format of a T10.
Yeah, interesting field position. As you can see, short third man is so closer to the edge of the sulker. He should be coming forward, walking in to stop the single, even though the ball didn't go that way. Over to the wideish long off for another single for Sharma.
So Khan, a very, very tidy over with 1 ball remaining. And Ebanks looking for a launch. Doesn't time it well, doesn't get the elevation. And you've got to consider bowling here from Umar Khan. He's come up well, very well with a good over that only cost Multan Sultan 5 runs. Any day, Bilal, you'll take that and say thank you very much.
Oh, especially in the conditions as what they were experiencing. Fiery start by Ebanks and Shazan, and now it's 40 for 1 after 5 overs. Run rate at 8. I'm sure Zishan, Multan, Sultan's captain must be happy about it, but they need to make sure that they get rid of Damien Ebanks quickly to control the damage. The last 5 overs, as we know, will be fireworks.
So want to say a special good evening to my good friend Faisal Shah, somewhere in Georgia. So Faisal Shah, my very good friend, he's been my co-commentator for some events. So I want to say a special good evening to Mr. Faisal Shah. 40 for 1 as we welcome back Ian Thomas as Mohammed Ilyas charges in. And ball cut away. That's a good looking shot from Damien Ebanks running up towards the backward point boundary. And welcome back Ian Thomas. It appears that as soon as you walk into the box, Atlanta Fire has struck another boundary. So maybe they will hire you as their official commentator on their next assignment.
What happened? I know Damien Ebanks very well. You know, he's from the same island that I'm from, Jamaica, St. Elizabeth guy. So, you know, I know him. So probably saw that I was coming in the box. He wanted to give me something to commentate about. So good going by Damien. I've been watching him and he's playing some good shot, you know. Just a little troubled earlier over, but he still managed to get a 4. But I think he will be batting through this innings, you know, as his inning will be very important to the Atlanta Fire.
Yeah, Ebanks have come out with very positive intent, and so far so good. No elevation, but it'll pick up a single run as the ball goes up to Glenn out in the deep. And yes, Ian Thomas, we're back to our par score calculations, and you are right on your assessment in saying that we've seen so much T10 games. We've had a good sense of what a par score is. Around 115, 125 looks to be the trick.
Yes, definitely. If you want to stand a chance in these T10 game, you have to get your tally up to at least 115. And as you know, at this point, there's no coming back. Either you're in or you're out. So, you know, this is the game. This is a semi-final. You know, no nonsense. So, it's what a catch. What a catch.
Yeah, Javel Green has pulled off a stunner. Javel Glenn, pardon me. And a 45 for 2. Sharma goes. What a catch. We'll have to take a good replay of this one. Ian Thomas, walk us through this one.
That was a beauty of a catch. That all I can say. You know, we're going to wait for that replay. But here it is. Sharma over. And he hits very hard. And there's Glenn running to his left and finishing with a big dive in. And there he goes. Ball is up in the air. I'm the man. That's a Talawa. Yeah, so Glenn played for the Talawa. He has experience. He's a very good fielder, very good batsman, hard-hitting batsman, and that was a well-judged catch. Good catch to him. Atlanta Fire now lost their second wicket, 45 for 2. That one was really hit hard. So your timing had to be on right there, and his timing was on. Straight in the hand, and it never have any chance of coming out. Great catch.
So Mohamed Ilyas, he's picked up his first wicket, and it appears Ricardo Powell, a former West Indies player, has made his way to the middle. Ricardo Powell, Ian Thomas.
Yes. So
had he come up at the time in T20 days, in T20 era, he might have been really a good commodity in the realm of T20 cricket.
Definitely, he was a good one-day player for the West Indies, and actually, Vinod Bean.
Oh, Ricardo Powell is hooking and not timed well. Bit of a top edge, but he gets off the mark, and it's 46 for 2.
Yes, it's good to see Ricardo Powell here, former West Indies batsman, hard-hitting batsman. Many people compare him to Viv in terms of the way he hits the ball. But I can also tell you about him. Earlier, Vinod being messing around with me. But, during my schoolboy cricket, this was the only cricketer during then to actually got over 8 runs out of my over. So I tell you, my role model was Kurt Ambrose, and I was, very mean. But, I remember playing him in a game, St. Elizabeth against Manchester, and he did get a few runs out of my over. So he's a very good batsman.
So Ilyas, 6 in the over so far, considering the first ball had gone for 4. Damian Ebanks, no elevation again, and he knows that. Very disappointed is Damian Ebanks. The ball was short, looking for more. And probably Ian Thomas, we're from the commentary box, we can say anything. Should have got a little bit more on that, but the ball from Mohamed Ilyas seems to have skidded onto him. A lot quicker than he thought, and it's only a single.
Yes, definitely. It seemed like Ebanks is having a little problem with Ilyas, who is going across the left-hander. He haven't seemed to be picking up the width or even the speed that the ball is coming through. Plus, it's moving away from him. So we realize he's having a little difficulty.
So they're going just over 8 and over. Ricardo Powell on strike, gets a ball pulled into the backward square area. Will only get a single, and when play resumes, he will be the man on strike. 48 for 2 at the end of 6.
Yes, so Atlanta Fire is 48 for 2 at the end of 6. We're looking at a current run rate of 8 runs per over. I know they would want to take that up to at least 10 to 11 runs per over. But, it's good to see Ricardo Powell back in the game. We all loved him in terms of the way he plays his shots. He's a very effective batsman, the way he timed his stroke. If we see anything that he was in the early days, then we'll be having a game on here the next 4 overs.
So 24 balls remaining. Umair Khan will continue, and the youngster has put in a very good first over. An over that only cost Multan Sultan 5 runs. You can't ask for anything better than that. And you get the feeling, you get the feeling, Ian Thomas, that he could be targeted here, Umair Khan, as good as he was in his first over.
Definitely, he's going to be targeted here because, this is a dying moment of the game. The last 4 overs to go, Atlanta Fire know they need runs. If they're going to have any chance against this Multan Sultan team here, they will have to make over 115 runs, I'll say. Because this lineup is a very big lineup. So from here on, I think they're going to turn on the fire.
So Khan again, Ricardo Powell has used up a couple of dot balls to start with. So good advantage so far in this over to Umair Khan.
Yes, the youngster is bowling pretty good. He's using his head in terms of the way he's pitching. And well played there by Ricardo Powell down onto long off. He only get a single. And that is good bowling by Khan there.
So if you're just joining the broadcast, this is the second semi-final with the New Somerset Cavaliers have made it to the final 2. And Cavaliers, I'm pretty sure, somewhere in the ground, Ian Thomas just watching to see who they will face and size up the plan and strategy, whichever one goes through?
Definitely, because we realize the Somerset Cavalier, they have their game plan on from day one.
So an attempted reverse shot here by Damian Ebanks and Khan. The news is Umar Khan continues to bowl well. Look at that. 4 balls in the over. He's only conceded 1.
Yes, both batsmen is having difficulty getting away. Khan, he's bowling a very good and tidy line at the moment.
This one is played up to long on. Fielder comes in and might have been Glenn, who took a superb catch in the last over. And so the 50 comes up here for the Atlanta Fire, a team that comes out, of course, from the Atlanta region.
Well, the 50 is up for Atlanta Fire, and definitely this is a point where they need to get that fire going in terms of fireworks. They need to be finding the boundary. We realize even though we have 2 very good batsmen at the wicket, they're unable to find the boundary in the last 2 overs.
So Ricardo Powell goes high and big and long, and he has enough distance to go for a 6. So final ball 6 in the over. Ricardo Powell goes up to 9. It's 56 for 2.
Yes, there we just see a little of the Ricardo Powell that we know. The Ricardo Powell who is not afraid to go through with his shot. And there he is. Can't give him too much there, throw it up, and he really went for it. And that's a wonderful 6 by Ricardo Powell. So let's see if the fire is on now for the Atlanta Fire, who is now 56 for 2 in the 7th over.
So 18 balls remaining. They're going at exactly 8 runs and over. And you've got a target, as we have seen from the other T10 games. You've got to look at 150 and 125. We saw getting 105, 110. It's not going to hold up. And considering the Multan, Sultan, US All-Stars, they come with a stacked up squad of some top players. Zishan Ashraf, Jaskaran Malhotra. Some of the top batters there, and it's going to be a tough team to really post a modest score too.
Definitely, you need a big score against this Multan Sultan team. They have a lot of fireworks all the way through their batting. So even we look at Glenn, who takes such a spectacular catch. He is a very hard-hitting batsman. Also, we haven't even seen him much in the game because of the batting lineup that the Multan Sultan have.
So Ali Khan comes back for his second bowling spell. First spell went for 8. Damian Ebanks, he's batted well so far. And Ebanks has to wait for a slower ball. Plays it up towards the square leg area. And it appears Umar Khan has come up with a well-judged catch.
Yes, it's a very good catch. Good bowling by Ali Khan there. He's a depth bowler. He's an experienced bowler. And he just got, Damian Ebanks there. I guess he was getting frustrated earlier. He wasn't finding the boundary. And he have to have a go at this particular time, if his team is going to get anywhere close to 100 runs.
Yeah, big blow here against the Atlanta Fire. Look at that. Umar Khan, he's having a good game. He's bowled well. He's judged a well-judged catch. And this is Damian Ebanks' dismissal. So you want to make sure that the man who's been the Atlanta Fire best batsman so far, that he doesn't stick around too long from a Multan Sultan perspective. Here we go. Might have been a slower ball. He waited a long time to get the shot in.
And that
with
is
no timing at all. Ball not traveling and he perishes. So that's the end of Damian Ebanks.
Yes, well played by Damian Ebanks. And if you know him, that is one of his favorite shots. That sweep shot where he goes down on the knee and he'll hike you all the way over mid-wicket. But obviously, Ali Khan, pulled back on that one. He had to wait a little longer. He wasn't patient enough and he just held out down there on the backward square boundary.
So Ricardo Powell would have crossed, and Ali Khan pulled away. That's a lovely looking shot, Gordon Greenidge style, and it goes away for 4. So Ricardo Powell probably showing you some glimpses of his past.
Definitely, Ricardo Powell, we know him, hard-hitting batsman, and he definitely is one that you don't want to bounce to. He is very good with that pull shot. He has used it through his entire career effectively, and it's gonna continue to bring him boundaries. So don't bounce to Ricardo Powell. I'll give you that warning.
So Ali Khan represent the modern generation of T20 cricketers, and Ricardo Powell possibly from the older school at the time when T20 was not as popular as it is now. In fact, T20 did not exist in the time that Ricardo Powell and Viv Richards and Gordon Greenidge and Desmond Haynes. So we get a delayed signal here for a wide.
Yes, Ricardo Powell, I definitely would have loved to see him play a little longer, because he's the same age of Chris Gayle and all those other guys, So you could see Ali Khan here got very aggressive, He decided to go short again, but Ricardo Powell realized that one was outside.
Yeah, it took initially, the umpire did nothing, but after a couple of seconds, here comes the outstretched hand for a ball that will have to be bowled back. Ali Khan very disappointed with the call. And so Ricardo Powell will have to face an extra ball. So here is Ali Khan. Slower ball to great effect, and what a slower ball become in modern day cricket. Ian Thomas to great effect, trying to get the batsman timing off.
Yes, we realize that the bowlers who are able to use a slower ball, who are able to master it, can be very effective. So when you are a bowler and you're coming in, you got to know how to master the length, the line, the width, and also the speed, how you vary it. That can put a batsman in trouble.
So ball goes down the leg side. Could be 4 leg byes here. We'll wait and see. I think he got it's gone away for 4 runs. So 4 runs off the bat of Ricardo Powell. And so 9 runs in the over so far.
So 17 runs to Ricardo Powell from 9 balls. So you'd say he's on fire. He's picking up the temper here. He knows that they desire some great hitting, and he's getting the boundary. He's finding the boundary. That's the 3rd boundary for him right there. So good going there by Ricardo Powell.
So Ali Khan runs away from the commentary box end. That's a brilliant ball. That's the kind of ball that are killer balls, as they call heat rocks. And so Ricardo Powell squeezes out a single. And the Atlanta Fire, here we go, look at this. Ball with pace, ball with swing. And it's pitched right in the area that is almost impossible to play.
That was a perfect Yorker. That's the ball you want to bowl at the depth of an inning to any batsman. It is a very difficult ball to play, and Ricardo Powell was lucky to get some bat on that one.
So it could be a leg by here. We'll wait and see as Batu Singh, Saiba Batu Singh. And so leg by is the call. 67 for 3.
So with 8 overs being bowled, the Atlanta Fire is still 33 short of 100, even though we said 115 would be a very good total. So at this time, I think the Multan Sultan would be pretty comfortable with the way they're bowling in terms of the runs. We know the batting lineup that they have. 100 runs is never going to be a challenge for them. And this may be the game of the game for this semi-finals here this evening.
Yes, Ian Thomas, and I do see from the outside of the box that some of the players are beginning to take their stuff in. Might be a slight mist in the air that could develop into a slight drizzle. So we're hoping and praying that it does come after all the games are through. But yeah, the weather has been on the hindrance here for this tournament, and this one is worked into the onside fielder. Ilyas will not get around in time, and that one goes away for 4. Saiba Batu Singh gets off the mark with 4.
Well deserved 4 there for the new batsman. It is needed, and it doesn't matter how it comes. You just want to get bat on ball and see that ball going into the boundary or over the boundary. So they know that right at this point, the boundaries are important. With only 2 overs to go, they're 71 for 3. So, I know they'll want to get their tally up to at least 100. So let's see how this play out.
So Ali Shafiq, after that ball, was beginning to hold his neck, and he continues to do so. At the end of that ball there, was holding his neck, so might be in a little bit of discomfort at the moment. Here we go.
You're still holding on to that neck.
So Batu Singh, the man on strike, Ali Shafiq. So 10 balls remaining here. They're going at over 8 and over 8.6. Ali Shafiq, a ball outside the off stump, pulled into the onside by Batu Singh, and brings Ricardo Powell, who has played at the international level at one time. So still overcast condition here in Lauderhill. Not timed well in the inner portion of the bat. And so Ali Shafiq, relatively, his bowled an over that has gone for 6.
Yes, Ali Shafiq is bowling pretty well. Even though we see where he's holding onto his neck, he's getting a little massage from his teammate out there. So obviously something is going on in the shoulder and neck region. But nevertheless, he's putting on a very good bowling spell here. He's giving it his all, and that's it. You see Qureshi down there, he picked up and threw in, and they were only able to get a single. So he's bowling pretty well, and the fielders are backing him pretty well also in the outfield there. So a pretty good over so far from him.
Yeah, fast bowling is a skill that really puts the body under a lot of stress, all the joints, all the bones, and certainly all the muscles. This one is pulled. Well, look at that. Off the bat of Batu Singh, short and hammered through the onside, has gone over the rope. And that's a good looking shot from Saiba Batu Singh, 79 for 3.
That was a masterpiece of a shot there, Was short as we see the bowler come in, put it in, and he just hammered that one over the mid-wicket boundary and into the fence. Well executed. Good shot by Batu Singh.
So 79 on the board. They're short 21 so far for the 3-figure mark. 12 in the over so far.
Oh.
Yeah, he played at a wide ball. That had a white marked all over it.
Yeah, he should have just left that ball, and then he'll get a single there. We would brought him up to 80, and then he would have another swing at another ball. But I guess he reached for it.
Yeah, he was. It was a risky shot. Could have been caught. It was lobbed up into the offside. Thankfully for the Atlanta Fire, he survives and gets a single.
And that put the hard-hitting Ricardo Powell back on strike.
Yeah, similar ball to the previous one. Now it's called a wide.
Yeah, so you see the difference there. Ricardo Powell is an experienced batsman, even though he's been away from the game for a while. But he know a wide is a wide, so he just let it go by. Bowler will still have to retrieve that ball and come again. So
yeah, Ricardo Powell very active still with in the game. He plays. He's a selector. And a couple of years ago, might have been part of a indoor facility in the Atlanta region. So he's still involved. And whenever he gets the opportunity and he comes out to play cricket as a batsman, Ian Thomas is as good as anyone else still.
So I see Lenny Archibald, he's there in New York, so he would have seen some of the games that we're not able to see down here in South Florida. So it's a very good thing that we still have him playing, because he's a batsman that I really enjoy watching. He's always interesting when he's at the middle.
So we see Ali Shafiq is probably going to make his way off as he continues to hold his neck, as Samuel Badri will get the final over.
Well, this over is going to be a test of Badri and his bowling, because we know it's the final over. And as a batsman with still 7 wickets in hand, you're just going to go at it. So let's see what Badri have in store for these batsmen who will be going at him.
Well, without a doubt, everyone in the world knows Samuel Badri, so certainly needs no introduction from us. He's a quality spinner. And will come into bowl to Batu Singh. Batu Singh has played a couple of big blows. 1-6 and 1-4 as he turns the strike over to Ricardo Powell. And so this is going to be a good contest. Ricardo Powell probably represent the cricket of a few decades ago. And Samuel Badri, of course, a man of modern times. Powell comes down the track looking for elevation. It's not there. To scamper back for a couple of runs. A bit of misfield. Well, not misfield. A little bit of bubbling there from Mohamed Ilyas. In the end, batting team looking for every single run to really add to their tally. And they come back for a couple of runs.
It's too valuable run right there. Push them up to 86 for 3.
Oh, this one is launched into the offside. And it goes in front of the stand. So that's a big shot from Ricardo Powell. It's 92 for 3. What a shot here from Ricardo Powell.
Yes, that's a Ricardo Powell shot. That was a shot that he was all into. He put it all, the bat, the swing, the shoulder, the muscle. And that one was gone. 6 runs to him.
So 3 balls left. Yeah, Fuller. Oh, what a shot off the back foot this time. Same result. He goes away for another maximum off the bat of Ricardo Powell. Consecutive 6s here. Atlanta Fire has crossed. In fact, a 98 for 3. And they're on the verge. Look at that. Off the back foot. Goes deep in his crease. And the rest is history, as they say.
Yes, so that's Ricardo Powell in his days. That's what we are used to, and that's what the fans want to see, Ricardo Powell at his best.
Oh, another one. All the ease in the world. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Shot of the day. Comes down the track. Get to the pitch of the ball. Straight down the ground. Off the bowling of Samuel Badri. 21 runs in the over, 3 6s off the bat of Ricardo Powell. Look at that.
Those were 3 huge 6s. This one coming to us right here in the commentary box. Well hit by Ricardo Powell.
So the 100 is up. Final ball. 21 in the over. Ricardo Powell. Oh, he gets another one towards the offside. Not timed well. They're going to look for 2. Fielder comes around. Umair Khan can't prevent a couple of runs. So the Atlanta Fire will end at 106 for 3. And what an over here for the Atlanta Fire. 23 runs from Samuel Badri. Ricardo Powell has slammed 43 from just 17 ball. What a batting display from a former man who has played at the highest level.
Yes, sir, Lenny. We knew this would be coming. It's either him or Badri. We know this was the final over of their inning. And there is no other way to go but to go for boundaries. And did Ricardo Powell give it to the senior bowler? But we got to give it up to him. He have bowled well during his spell, Badri. And the final reading here is Ebanks was very valuable. He made 34. Other than that, it's Ricardo Powell, 43 from 17, and Boostin 13, who actually got into double figures for the Atlanta Fire. So at the close, they're 106 for 3. With the bowling, we have Shafiq, who bowled 2 over for 23 runs. Badre, he was a bit expensive today, 2 for 38. Ali Khan, 2 for 18. And Ilyas, who had 2 for 13. And Khan had 2 for 13. So, pretty good game. I would say this one is evenly poised. Two very good team. They play attractive cricket, and let's see what the final session will be. So we'll take a little break and see you guys back. And we just want to thank you guys for watching live on Mac TV, and for all of our Facebook fans who've been watching and sharing. We just want to say thank you. See you when the game resumes.
All right, so welcome back to the first semi-final. I'm joined here by Bilal Aslam again. And so Bilal, 107 to win from 60 balls. The team that wins here will play Somerset Cavaliers in the final. So the stage is all set. And we're just waiting for the conclusion of this match.
Yes, Lenny, it's going to be exciting chase. We know Multan Sultan, they have batting power, fireworks up front. The top 4 or 5, all of them can hit big sixes, boundaries. So looking forward to a great chase here. I know we'll see a quality game. Our viewers probably were disappointed with the result of the first game, but we'll see how things go here. Zishan Qureshi, the captain of Multan Sultan, will be challenged by spin up front.
Yeah, Shazam Babwa is a very experienced bowler, and as we've been mentioning all throughout this tournament, if there's a man you want to give, if at the end of 11 years you want to give a man of all these tournaments, then it could be that off spinner there, Shazam Babwa. He's been there, done that. He's captain units that have always won, and the way it seems, if you want to win this championship, number one, get Shazam Babwa on your side. If you play the game of probability, then Shazam Babwa is a good man for you to have on your team.
Yeah, so interesting field set for Zishan Ashraf, the star batsman from Multan Sultan. Got the deep mid wicket, whitish long on, and the point cover area, and then mid off.
Yeah, he got 86 the other night. In fact, last night, and Bilal, I was looking through the records. They've only been. Oh, he goes high in the air, mid wicket. Will not come into play. It has gone over the rope, and so Zishan Ashraf wasted no time. First ball he is taken out of the park.
Right, bang, big time hit. It was in the slot. He didn't want to wait, and it was middle of the bat. As you can see, went out of the ground, even though deep mid wicket was in place. And look at the talent of the guy. He was not imitated by the field placement. Still went with a shot.
So big shot here from Ashraf. He gets going with a 6. And he comes on the track through the offside. 1 bounce 4. Not a commanding shot from the left-hander. And it's 10 and 2 balls for him.
Yeah, this time around, what he was looking for, he knew that there's no deep fielder in place on the off stump. The ball was on the off. He played through the shot, and this is not risky at all. 0 risk, but he earned 4 runs.
Yeah, good timing. Gets to the pitch of the ball, and he hits it hard. So a couple of classy shots here from Zishan Ashraf. He's simply continued from where he left off yesterday. Got 86, and we were wondering if he could have gotten 100. Well, if he had gotten 100 last night, it would have been the second 100 of the tournament. Delray Rollins out of Bermuda scored the only century in the series, as this one is worked into the onside. Chris Powell, the fielder, out in the deep. And so Zishan Ashraf gives up the strike to Zishan Qureshi.
12 runs on the board already. This one went to whitish long on. It was cut away quickly. Only a single. Zishan Qureshi in action now.
So a good start here from the Multan Sultan US All-Stars unit. 12 in the over so far, with still a couple of balls remaining. So ball tugged into the onside. Qureshi has been strong on the offside in this series. And he's looking for that big extra cover hoist that has really fetched him quite a bit of runs this series.
Played through it. There was a deep mid-wicket in place. Got a single. One more ball to go. 13 so far from the 5 deliveries. Zishan Ashraf again. So there's deep mid-wicket and whitish long on in place for him. Last ball to come.
So ball driven through the offside. Is gonna run away for 4. So another classy looking shot from Zishan Ashraf. It's 17 on the board.
Flashing through the off stump, as we can see in the replay. Waited for a ball on the back foot and went to the point area. There's no fielder in the outfield on the off stump and earned him 4 valuable runs. 17 on the board. Fiery start by Multan Sultan against Atlanta Fire.
Yeah, good start. 17 off the first. They still require 90 from 54 balls. And Zishan Ashraf has come out here and looking the class that he is.
Yeah, when we were going through some drills before the start of the game, this is his normal drill. He will hold 2 bats together to get the feeling in his shoulder because, the weight is transferred, all of the force, some of that comes from the shoulders. So that's what he did there, as you saw, trying to use 2 bats just to get a warm-up as if he needs any warm-up.
Yeah, he's been classy in this tournament. And he's going to be a key man here for Multan Sultan. So, Efroy Daya gets a ball. He comes in here to start over number 2. So, the battle is on. Atlanta Fire and Multan Sultan US All-Stars.
Efroy Dyer now will bowl to Zishan Qureshi, and we know he loves to bat against pace. Not that he's got weakness against the spin bowler, but here he comes.
Hey, that's a good ball. That's a challenging ball and could be leg by here. So they scamper through for 1. And in modern times, Bilal, we've always seen the bowler trying to negate the swing zone of batsmen. And one of the plan is to bowl into the pad of the batsman sometimes.
Yeah, seemed like that's the plan from Atlanta Fire. They saw Zishan. He creates that room for himself, steps back a little bit. If you bowl him somewhere on the leg stump, middle stump, he will hammer it over long off. And this time around, Dyer made sure that he chases the batsman. He followed him, and that's how there was only 1 for leg by.
So this is going to be interesting. Zishan Ashraf has all the shots in the world, and with a little pace on the ball, he's going to fancy his chance to go through the offside. Is the power play period with only a couple of fielders outside. So the stage is all set. Ashraf on 15. Oh, ball cut away towards the third man area. So you've got to say that Daya has enjoyed some minor triumph so far in the over. Bilal?
Yes, bowling according to the field. That's the plan from him. Also wants to make sure that he does not give any room. This one goes down to third man for a single. But you also need to give to Zishan Ashraf as he's also playing on merit.
Oh, short ball pulled into the onside. Chris Powell comes up with a catch. And Qureshi goes for 2. It's 19 for 1. Dyer strikes.
Yeah, Zishan Qureshi going through the shot. As you saw, he stepped back again. Dyer probably planned for that. Short ball, extra pace a little bit that Zishan Qureshi did not adjust to. Easy catch at the end. So a big loss for Multan Sultan. They lost their captain. Zishan Qureshi only scored 2 runs. And that brings in Rizwan Chima. Rizwan Chima comes to the middle. Flashy batsman. Once he middles the ball, you'll need plenty of fielders to go find the ball outside of the ground. So the easy catch Zishan Qureshi departs. So first loss for Multan Sultan.
So Rizwan Chima comes to the middle. And we were talking off mic, Bilal Aslam, that Chima's had, by his standard, a modest series so far. Could one of those come in this match? And perhaps, if they make it to the final, we still got to see something from Chima of substance this season.
Yeah, that's definitely needed from him. He just needs to adjust. He needs to make sure that he settles in, get your eye on the ball. You have time, rotate the strike, let Zishan Ashraf do the work, and then by then he will be able to stay outside and feel the ball and show some of his skills.
Yeah, so Chima gets off the mark and running here, and beginning to see a shy of the stumps, well wide, but good backing up from Chris Powell. And so no harm done. So still a couple of balls in this over. An over has gone for 3 from Dyer, so Dyer has been quite stellar in this over.
Yep, bowling according to the field setting, and he comes in for the 5th ball.
And Bilal Aslam have been told that the Atlanta Fire team, while they may not have some big names in their lineup, they play together as a team. Their chemistry is very knitted. And judging from what we've seen so far, they seems to be a very united bunch. And nothing beats a chemistry that really works like a well-oiled machine.
Yes, Lenny, you're spot on about that. Absolutely, when you have a team that has a chemistry and gel together.
So Dyer completes a classy over here by bowling standard. Only 4 off the over. And an over in which he got a wicket of Zishan Qureshi. It's 21 for 1.
After 2 overs, our required run rate is 10.8. And here comes the ball. Chima just staying on the back foot and playing it safely. So to end the over, understanding that Dyer was a threat during his over, and he wanted to play safe. So now Zishan Ashraf will face the next ball. So the plan for Multan Sultan should be to see this chase off safely. They need to make sure that they keep the scoreboard moving without taking big risk. They will get the ball that they're looking for, of course, through the over, play on merits. And the big thing is to avoid dot balls. We know that what dot balls can do to you in this format. It will definitely raise the required run rate. And at this point, the run rate is 10.5. What's the required run rate of 10.8? So we're almost hitting the 11 run mark. So as long as Zishan Ashraf is out there and then Rizwan Chima, we know that scoreboard will keep ticking. And if they can maintain that 10 or 11 and over through to the 6th and 7th, it will become easier for Multan Sultan. And then I know Atlanta Fire will have lots of concerns by then. But a lot more to go. I guess 8 more overs to go.
Yeah, Chris Powell has been given the ball, and he will come in here to bowl to the classy Zishan Ashraf. Oh, class again through the offside. Loose delivery from Chris Powell. And you're not going to go far with some long hops as that is. Zishan Qureshi picks up another boundary.
Pardon me, Zishan Ashraf. Flashing. So first ball, width was given, width was on offer, and Zishan Ashraf going with the shot. There's nobody plays at the backward point. 4 more runs added to Multan Sultan's total.
Yeah, another good start here from Chris Powell. I've seen Chris Powell in the New York area from time to time. He plays his cricket up there sometimes. Ball driven up to short mid-on. Good diving stop there from the fielder. It appears to be Damian Ebanks, who has had a good knock in this game so far, Bilal.
Yes, so Damian throwing himself in front of the ball just to make sure that there's no misfield. walking across the wicket, Zishan Ashraf that is, but looking at the length, he made sure that he plays simple on drive for a single instead of taking any chances. So, good run at the end.
So Chris Powell, I'm not too sure if he gets a relief bowling to Chima. Then Zishan Ashraf, a chance. So moved in a little bit too late there, a little bit slow, but it's a slippery outfield as you can imagine, Bilal.
Yes, we have seen some of the fielders, slipping down, but they just need to make sure they're careful out there. Look at that, Chima. There was no footwork. He was caught in the crease, and at the end, Zishan Ashraf made it safely. He's a quick runner. So now Zishan Ashraf facing Chris Powell again. Still a lot of his being invited to the off stump.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Can't bowl that. Long hopper game. Slow ball. Not with that pace. And Ashraf picks up another maximum.
There he goes. Zishan Ashraf waiting for the ball. And he saw that loose delivery coming his way. And a man of his caliber will not miss out on that type of delivery. Middled it. Even though there was deep mid-wicket in place. But it went between the widest long on and mid-wicket area for a huge 6.
Yeah, Chris Powell bowling too short. Couple of balls that he's bowled short has been hammered. 1 for 4 and now 1 for 6. Both off the bat of Zishan Ashraf.
Chris Powell again. It was a risky one. Caught in ball chance. But Zishan Ashraf survived. It was a hard chance. But still into a shot and went to the hands of Chris Powell for a single.
Yeah, you look at the approach here from Zishan Ashraf and he knows his skill and talent is a little bit above the bowling of Chris Powell for the time being. And he's making it known, Bilal, that I'm not going to tolerate any loose bowling here. I've got a match to win.
Yeah, Rizwan Chima, as you can see, still playing standing, no footwork, and that's just not letting him play those big shots. And the bowler realizes that he's just stuck in his crease, so they're hitting the good length spot, and he's getting trapped in there. So I'm sure once he spends some time out there, he will make some adjustments, but he needs to make sure that he moves his feet around.
So 36 for 1. You look at the scorecard. Chimon 4 off 4. Ashraf has gone fluently again. He's looking for another big innings. He's been the bedrock of the Multan Sultan batting lineup this season, Bilal. And certainly he's among the runs again. He's 29 from just 10 balls.
Yes, Multan Sultan's owner, Ali Tareen, he's here. He's one of the spectators. I'm sure he's watching closely. So he was picked in the diamond category for a reason, based on his game, his talent. But he is putting up a show, 2 games in a row.
Yes, he's a classy batsman. He has the numbers to show for it. And Sharma comes into the attack here. So a big job to be done here by the Atlanta Fires. The current run rate is 12 and over.
Yeah, Ronak Sharma, and we see the field placement. You have a wide-ish long on. You have sort of long off and a sweeper. So 3 fielders outside the ring. And Ronak Sharma will try to contain ever flashy Zishan Ashraf.
Yeah, Ashraf has had a good series. May have missed out on 100 yesterday. But the only centurion in the series has been Bermuda national player and Sussex batsman Delray Rollins out of the Atlanta Paramveers. So I would want to think, and I don't have all those figures with me, I would want to think the second best highest individual scorer would have to be off the bat of Ashraf.
Yep.
And he's had a big series.
That's right.
So Sharma will come into Ashraf. Ashraf gets a good delivery, searching for it. And so a good start here from Sharma, but it's a long over. 5 more balls to go. You never know what can happen.
Yep. Zishan Ashraf wanted to make sure that he puts a straight bat, full face of the bat. Comes Ronak Sharma again. Trying to do a leg spin. Zishan going across and survive. That was a risky shot by him.
Sabai is the call. And so I was asking you earlier on. Let's take a look here. It's a good ball to get through the swing of Ashraf. And Bilal, I'm asking you which is the lesser of the two evil here, Chima or Ashraf? Take your pick.
Oh, I mean, we know right now Rizwan Chima, he needs to spend some more time out there. But if I am Atlanta Fire, I definitely want to get rid of Zishan Ashraf if we want to contain Multan Sultans. And there you go, Rizwan Chima rotating the strike, doing well out there. Want to make sure Zishan Ashraf faces most of the balls. It is sort of a leg spin. Zishan Ashraf should be feeling comfortable against Ronak Sharma, but it seemed like the first few deliveries he wanted to go across towards the backward point and mid-wicket area, even though there are two fielders placed there.
So the diminutive left-hander is on 29 from 12 balls. He's played shots all around the ground, and with all fairness, Bilal, oh, that's another one. Chris Powell is taking the catch. Ashraf has to go. It's 38 for 2. Yep. So finally, Sharma has come up with a big fish. Zishan Ashraf falls for 29. It's 38 for 2.
Yep, and like I was speaking about, the same thing, the first few deliveries that Zishan Ashraf faced, he was sort of the mental condition, the mental battle between the bowler and the batsman. Ronak Sharma had won that where Zishan Ashraf was struggling, and in this case, he got the elevation but not the distance, and a well-judged catch close to the boundary, and it didn't touch the rope. And fielder is excited. He wants to come and celebrate with the rest of the team members. They know they got the big fish. Yeah, very well judged catch there. And it seemed like they can apply some breaks to Multan Sultan, which brings Glenn to the middle.
Yes, Bilal, when catches like those send back some of the big batsmen, the team even regroups to a tighter unit. And I get a feeling that Multan Sultan will have to play very good cricket from here on.
Yep, they just need to make sure that they keep up with the pace.
So Rizwan Chima would have run down during the course of that dismissal, so he becomes the man on strike as Javel Glenn comes in at number 4 ahead of Jaskaran Malhotra.
Yeah, Javel Glenn, he has to carry the team now. He just needs to make sure he settles in, does not play rash shots early in his innings, settle in, get few singles under your belt, few runs under your belt, and then go from there.
Yeah, he got a good game in one of the quarterfinals, and then he got 2 failures in a lot of stages of another game, and then one that we saw I think last night or the other night. So he'll be itching to go and get among the runs. More importantly, they need a replacement here for Ashraf.
Yes, he's doing very well against the lefties. One more run, and there was basically a miss hit and did not read the ball very well, Glenn, but got a single.
Yeah, this has been a very good over here from Ronak Sharma. He's only given up 3 runs in the over. Might have been 4, but the fact is he picked up one. He picked up a big fish.
Oh, yeah.
And so you've got to applaud the effort here by Sharma. 40 for 2.
Yes, you just have to question the game plan from Zishan Ashraf. You know if you're struggling, you will get a bowler like that who probably will win battle. Just, you can just nip it around, get singles or two, and then on the other side, you saw that how he was, hitting the ball big time. That would be a better option for him and for Multan Sultan, but instead he wanted to challenge Ronak Sharma, and Ronak Sharma got better of him.
So we're not too sure if Roy Silva is out on the field, but the fact is Ricardo Powell has been given the ball, and so one Powell replaces the other Powell, and so Ricardo comes into the attack now ahead of Chris Powell. So here we go. A ball worked into the offside for an easy single off the bat of Glenn, and that pushes the score up to 41 for 2. Bilal Aslam.
Yes, so current run rate at 9.8, 11.3 is required. Glenn is doing what he should be doing. Just hang around, spend some time, make sure that there are no dot balls, and he will get some of those deliveries which he can launch. So Atlanta Fire realizing that there's struggle with spin, so they are going with all-out spin now.
Oh, Chima has launched this one over long on. It's gone all the way. So Rizwan Chima, he gets going with, let's see, that's his first maximum. In fact, his first boundary is 47 for 2. Look at that.
Yeah, he starts out with a big 6, wide edge long on. You can see in the slot, he could not wait and give it all. Went out of the boundary. 6 runs, valuable runs for Multan Sultan.
So a good comeback ball here from Ricardo Powell. 7 in the over so far. 1-6 and a single.
Yeah, Rizwan Chima missing out on that one too.
Yeah, wide. So this one will have to be rebowled here. So under pressure is Ricardo Powell.
Yes, Ricardo Powell has no time, but he just needs to make sure that he bowls a good ball.
Oh, this one is worked into the... Oh, my goodness. What a save there. Saving a boundary. Saving couple of runs. And what looked like 4 written all over it at one point, Bilal, becomes only 2. Look at that.
Yeah, Rizwan Chima going out there, and it was a wonderful effort. Clean efforts, putting the ball back into play. While that happened, we saw there was a close run-out chance against Glenn.
Yeah, Zain Saeed appears to be the fielder. Zain Saeed. And he's done well in T20 cricket or limited over cricket. Is not all about batting and bowling, but a major part these days has been about fielding and saving runs. There we go. Rizwan Chima, with all the ease in the world, smashes this one straight down the ground into the left of the come box. And so 16 runs off that over. 2 sixes off the bat of Rizwan Chima.
Rizwan Chima coming into action now, playing the straight, safer option. He gave himself a room, middle of the bat, and went all the way right to the whitish long off area. Another 6. And this is what I was talking about. You just have to wait for bad deliveries instead of taking your chances, and that's what happened with Zishan Ashraf. But seemed like the damage is under control now. You got Glenn and Chima going well.
Thanks a lot, guys. So the score at the moment, 56 for 2. And under the DL pass system, if the rain breaks through here, now they're on top. That's the Multan Sultans. Javel Glenn, who played for the TKR at the CPL. He's a man who can thump it as well, but there's no need for him to do that. All he has to do is to rotate the strike, and when the bad deliveries come, you put it away outside the off stump and looking to get a single. It's not there. So the rain has held nicely. The weather has held up nicely enough that we have gotten now 2 semifinals on the trot, because we have reached 5 overs. So whatever the situation, you'll get a result here now. As I welcome Ian Thomas.
It's good to be in the box with you, Vinod.
Yeah, It's Sharma bowls and hits this very straight. It's as straight as you can get, and that's into the boundary for 4. Almost teeing off there. The score is now 60 for 2. Good shot there, Ian.
Yes, pretty good shot there by Glenn. Straight down the track. That's a shot that you would definitely want to play every time because there's no chance of getting out there.
The umpire had to get out of the way pretty quickly. Glenn, well-built man, so he hits the ball with tremendous power.
A very powerful man there in Glenn. He hits the ball real hard.
Like spinner Sharma, getting some problems gripping the ball, so he's attending to it with a towel, drying it off. Yeah, he's again swept away down to deep mid-wicket. Sensible batting. Score goes on to 61. 5 in the over so far. The required rate is 10.2. So of the other 3 deliveries, they'll be looking for another 5, Ian.
Yes, the Multan Sultan really going pretty good at this point. 61 for 2 is a very good place to be at this stage of the game. 5.3 over in. With the batting lineup that they have, we expect if they continue this way with these 2 batsmen, they will get there without any problem.
It's outside the off stump. He's not in control of it. A terrible shot by Chima, and he goes. And that's the problem with Chima. He's inconsistent, and he was not thinking. He got it on the full, looking to hit it through the offside, but it was too far from him. So he lost control of it, and he's on his way for a quick fire 20 off 11. There was no need for that. The score 61 for 3. And just as the Multan Sultans were looking to push ahead, they have now lost yet another wicket. But the man going in, he has a big role to play. That's Jaskran Malhotra.
Yes, Vinod. Shima does not look the same part as the Shima we saw here last year, where he was hitting the ball all over the ground for 6 and 6 and 6s. It seems to be a different Shima this year. I'm not sure about the mindset.
Well, to be honest, Ian, this was Chima who got out. Shima, I don't know.
Okay. You got me there.
Malhotra is the new batsman going in now, and that was the delivery way outside the off stump. Look where the back leg is. He's actually pulling away to make room, and then the delivery was far away from him. He lost control of it, and he spooned it in the air. A big breakthrough there, Ian.
Yes, that's a big breakthrough at this stage of the game. That simply means it puts on more pressure on the batting team. The runs is already on the board, and it's going to take some batting to get there.
Malhotra, the new batsman, he's very proficient at playing slow bowling. Comes from Chandigarh in India. Have you ever been to Chandigarh?
You're going to give me a trip? Welcome that trip.
He hasn't been to Joy's Roti
I've been
Shop,
there, man.
me.
I've been eating those rotis.
Joy's Roti Shop, just outside the stadium. Very popular place. Flat deliveries off the back foot, works it down to long off for 1. Score goes on to 62 for 3. The end of the over, is it? No. Still 1 delivery to go.
Yes, I was down by Joy Roti Shop for the draft and really enjoyed the meal there. It was well
Some
put
lovely
together.
shrimp.
Yes, man, I tell you, I really enjoyed.
Yes, I remembered you there at that draft. I had to remind you that the draft had been over about 4 hours ago.
Well, I was there for the meal at least.
Well, the length of time I saw you there, Ian, it was as if you were waiting for next year's draft. There is a delivery outside the off stump by Sharma, who worked her way down to the cover point position. They're going to come back for 2. So sensible batting there by Glenn. Not trying to overhit that one. And he has a big role to play as well. It's the end of the over, is it? At the end of over number 6. The Multan Sultan, 64 for 3 against the Atlanta Fire.
Yes, so Glenn is batting pretty responsible at this point. He knows that he'll have to play a great role in this victory here if they're supposed to get to the 107. So he's batting pretty good at the moment. Still 4 overs to be bowled. We know the kind of player he is. He could turn it on in just a single delivery.
Well, we seem to have 3 umpires on the field.
Yeah, in the red.
And in fact, it's a player who had a red sweater on. And this is something that we really need to address at CCUSA. That's Powell with a red sweater. You can't, it looks ugly when you put on these sweaters as opposed to your uniform. I think the owners must take into consideration that. Probably get some sort of sweater that is similar to the kit. So you get the added protection of the warmth, and you still look reasonable.
Yes, you want to look uniform out there on the field, where people are watching from all over the world. Earlier, he looks like an umpire because he was definitely different from the rest of the players in terms of wearing that sweater.
He is around the wicket, both to Glenn, one Jamaican to the other. Hits it hard along the track.
Yes, so good.
This time it is swatted away. That's a massive hit for 6 by Glenn. A quicker delivery. Glenn was equal to the task, and he whipped it over long on for a massive 6.
Well, I was just about to say that was good thinking from Ricardo Powell to change and go around the wicket, but Glenn just wanted to see one ball before he took him all the way over the boundary for 6 runs.
Well, that was almost a medium pace delivery. He's bowling off his shoulders, and that would not work in the conditions here. You saw what Akil Hussain did this morning, just hanging the ball in the air, and it did wonders for him. Then gets this on the full. Works this now straighter. Only 1. So they're keeping in touch with the run rate. The current run rate is 10.8. The required run rate is one you won't want to send Lenny to get. That's 10.5.
Yes, they're keeping up in terms of the run rate. They're matching it. And with the batting that they have, they could turn it on at any minute. So if they continue to the next over, they should be able to take it over the line. But let's see what.
Well, Malhotra hits a massive 6. In fact, he's on court. What a catch! On the edge of the boundary. He's indicating to the umpires that they checked that. Let's wait and see.
This is a
The
replay.
fielder is saying that he's out. Malhotra is waiting there. It went high in the air. It came down. And Zayn was on the boundary. Let's have a look. A massive pickup. It made a lot of air. Here he is coming down. Yes, I think it's a safe catch. Wonderful effort there by Zayn. And that is a serious wicket to get at this point in time. I think had that gone for 6, that would have taken the score to 78, and it could have been curtains. 72 for 4 now instead.
Well, I must say that must be the catch of the match, along with the one from Glenn. Very good judge catch. The timing had to be perfect, and he was able to stay within the ropes on that one. So very good catch there on the boundary.
It was a lovely pickup though by Malhotra. And even better camera work. $72 for 4. So Glenn is still there. Bin Zafar goes out now.
Well, they say catches win matches. And let's see, Atlanta Fire get a quick wicket here. 72 for 4. We have a game on.
Yes, the game is definitely on. The required rate has now gone up to 11.1. Who in the tank? Who the Multan Sultans have in the back that can come now and really lift the tempo? Just pushed away easily on the offside for 1. So 73 for 4. That's the end of over number 7.
And Zafar goes up to 1 and he take the strike. So with 3 more overs to go, Sultan 73 for 4. Atlanta Fire need some wickets if they want to halt this scoring rate.
So Shazi Babwa is going to take up the attack from the far end. He has won 4 US Open titles. So he wants to get into the final to make a bid for 5.
So there's a big responsibility on these batsmen here. And with Babwa with the ball, who you mentioned have 4 under his belt already, 4 wins in this tournament, he is going to definitely come with a plan here.
Well, he has all the experience in the world, so it's not going to be easy for bin Zafar. Quietly pushing the offside for 1. So he's doing the right thing, just getting his eyes in. But whilst he's doing that, he's getting the singles as well.
Yes, very good cricket there, turning over the strike at least, getting Glenn on strike, who's been there for a while. He's 16 from 9, so he's the batsman who's been there for a while.
Here's the off spinner, Babwa. Glenn hits it down the ground. This has gone close to the party on the southern end of the ground, up the grass mound, and Jeremy Milani gets an excuse now. If he goes to collect that ball, he'll get the ball, but you would not get him. He will easily slip into the party, as he did last year. He had a fair. So a short delivery, it was a bad delivery, and they're just pulling away, transferring the weight nicely onto the back foot, and clobbering this one all the way for 6.
That was way over to the mountain on the other side. That was a massive hit there by Glenn. He can really hit the ball. He has the muscle, the shoulder, the build.
So we're down now to just 25 runs required. 27 now. 16 deliveries to get it. Couple of big hits again, and the game could swing. It's evenly poised at the moment. Here's Babwa now on the legs of Glenn. He misses, all ends up. There is no run. Glenn with some Babwa again, and this is on the legs. He hits this. He doesn't really get in control of it, and he gets 1. They're going to go back for 2. This is excellent running by bin Zafar. He turned, he saw the opportunity, and he raced down the track. Glenn applauds him. 2 more, 82 now for the loss of 4. A target, remember, is 107, so 25 to get. 14 balls to get it in.
Good run in between the wicket between these 2 batsmen here.
Glenn pulls away again. He could be in problems here. In fact, he's out caught. What a catch. What a catch down there at the deep mid-wicket boundary. And the Glenn goes. So the Multan Sultans are wobbling here towards the back end of their innings. The score is now 82 for the loss of 5.
Well, one thing I can say, they are on fire, Atlanta, in terms of their catching. They are catching everything, and they're not like their easy catch. They are very difficult catch, but they're making it look so easy out there. These guys are very good in the field.
25 required, 2 overs and a ball to get it.
That was a good catch to dismiss Glenn, because he was the one who was really getting the runs. So that's the man you would want back in the pavilion. So very good catch, and a good catch to dismiss a good batsman. So now we have Akram who will come in.
So it's the Multan Sultan pairing of Akram and Zafar, both flew in for this tournament. Babwa striking, the man with the golden arm. The ladies are about to go out there, and they probably thought the game was over. Shazam Baba had all the experience in the world. Yeah, here's the bowls, and this delivery is worked away on the onside. Bin Zafar takes one, looking for two. It's not there. It's the end of the over. So, 24 now to get in 2 overs with 5 wickets in hand. Make your call, Mr. Thomas.
Well, it was a very interesting over there from Babwa, being hit for a massive 6 from Glenn. But then he came back and got the wicket of Glenn, who was going for another 6. At this point, 24 is needed from 12 balls. That's a game on. So at this point, I'll say another wicket, and this could mean trouble in the camp of the Multan Sultan.
Zafar has worked the ball nicely around since he has gone in. I don't know much about him, so I don't know if he can really give the ball a good thumping.
Well, he will have to at this point of the game.
Dyer, his first over just 1 for 3. He speeds off the outer edge of the band down to third man. They will get 1. So 23 to get off 11.
So basically from here, they need 2 runs per ball to get them home safely. So right now the run rate is creeping up, 12.6. 11 balls remaining.
So Atlanta will be looking to get into the finals and bid for a 3rd title this year. So far this year, Ian, they've won the 2X in Houston and the National State Championship in Wisconsin.
So they've been a winner this season. So definitely they're going to be bringing their A game in this last 2 over, and they have to if they want to make it to the finals. But definitely I know that will be in the mind of every player out there, and they know what is required.
23 required of 11. Just smashed away through the offside. Runs here. They should come back for 2. They take 1, and yes, they're going to go back for 2. So 21 required now. The winner, of course, the winner of this game will go on to meet the Somerset Cavaliers in the finals just immediately after this. Dyer bowls, and that's a big wind up there by Shafiq. He misses all ends up. So nervous times here now for the Multan Sultans.
Well, this is one of the first time we see the Multan Sultan bottom half of the team being tested, being asked to perform to get them some runs. Let's see.
Here's Dyer again. He bowls another swing and a miss. So it's getting all messy now for the Multan Sultans. Could be curtains here for them. They need something very special. Shafiq, 2 of 3 deliveries. A delivery taking pace off was Dyer.
So for every missed delivery, that run rate keep going up.
21 of 8. He misses again. So it's now 21 of 7.
And the run rate is up to 18.
What an over from Dyer. 1 for 6 in 1.5. Sammy handles this one down to long on. He keeps the strike. And in fact, they're going to come back for 2. So if they could complete 19 required in the last over, at this point in time, I'll put the Atlanta Fire ahead.
Well, we have seen it over and over again, coming down to the wire the very last over. Required 19 runs in the last over. Who is going to bowl this over? I know that bowler is going to be nervous. I've been there. And definitely the batsman is also going to be under pressure. So this is a test of your batting skill and your bowling skill. A test of your discipline. How well you're able to execute here. The best person, whether you be the batsman or the bowler, that execute here will win this game.
It's going to be Chris Powell. His first over went for 15. So he'll want to improve on that because 19 required here in the final over. On strike is Zafar. Here he is with the first delivery. And in fact, that's a wonderful catch outside the off stump. He was looking to hit it away, took the outside edge, and he's out caught brilliantly by the wicketkeeper. So 88 now for 6, 19 to get off 5, and the man going out there is Muhammad Ali Khan.
Well, the game is getting more challenging now for the Multan Sultan. Just lost their 6th wicket, needing 19 runs for victory. Here, 5 balls to go. This is going down to the wire.
Well, I don't know about going down to the wire. What I know is that Chris Powell has struck, and Atlanta are right on top at this point in time. Ali Khan will have to really use the long handle now. At this point in time, the Multan Sultans look dead and buried. Can Ali Khan produce some heroics here? Here he is. Second delivery. Comes in, bowls a can. He hits this down to long on. And they're going to settle for 1. So 18 to get off 4. In fact, there's a misfield and he's going to come back for 2. 17 now off 4.
Yeah, misfield.
Four deliveries to go. You can hear a pin drop here in the press box. 90 for 6. The Multan Sultan. Ali Khan hits and misses. In fact, he swings and misses. So Ali, not really known for his batting. 3 sixes required now. So they're off again. It seems as if they would now lose the semi-finals as they did last year. The US All-Stars together with the Multan Sultans this time. That's Ali trying to play cheeky. Gets a single behind square. So a star-studded Multan Sultans going under to the underdogs here, the Atlanta Fire.
All we need here is 2 legal deliveries, and the Atlanta Fire will be in the finals.
Just struck straight down the ground. Runs here for Shafiq. He's only going to get 1. So I think it's safe to say that the Atlanta Fire will be meeting the Somerset Cavaliers in the finals of the 2019 US Open T20 Championships.
Well, we can hear it there from Trinity Ross saying, what a upset. One bad game here by the Multan Sultan, but it's a game that you cannot lose. And
he hits, and that's a massive blow for 6. That's not going to help. 6 runs struck off the last delivery by Andy Khan. They fall to these guys at the Atlanta Fire, losing the match by 8 runs. And it's now on to the finals where we will see the Somerset Cavaliers, last year's runners-up. They are coming up against the Atlanta Fire. And he can't hit in the last delivery there for 6, but it was too little too late. A disappointed Multan Sultan team walks out. Going to meet the Atlanta Fires. Just to look at the scoreboard, Qureshi scored 2, Ashraf 29, Shima 20, Glenn 24, Malotra 2, Zafar 4, Shafiq 5 not out, Ali Khan not out on 9, 98 for 6 of 10. The bowling, Baba 2 overs 1 for 27, Dyer was brilliant, 2 overs 1 for 8, Chris Powell 2 overs 1 for 25, Sharma was very good as well, 2 overs 2 for 11, and Ricardo Powell 2 overs 1 for 25. So that's the news. Stay tuned for further coverage as we head into the finals of the 2019 US Open T20 Championships.